everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We just finished our first week of school and we are now getting ready for week 2. And we started the year with All About Me and transportation. And so I brought in a little bit more this week because now the children are familiar with the classroom. I think we might be ready for a little bit more, but I stress a little bit because I'm still going very, very simple for the back to school season, especially with this group. And if you saw my recent short video about the first week of school, you will know that I purposely kept everything even more simple than usual because this is my youngest 2s group ever. Last year's group was pretty young, but this year's group is even younger. 7 out of the 10 just turned 2 over the summer. So I really wanted to make sure we took things slowly, and I can easily add on more when I feel they're ready. And I really felt like what I had out last week worked well. But last week was only 5 children each day. I split the class up. So on Tuesday I had 5 children, and on Thursday I had a second set of 5 children. That allowed me to give the children more one-on-one, which I feel is so important, especially during that first week when they're just getting to know the classroom and our routine and how to use the materials, and I'm getting to know them too. So my goal last week, and it continues to be this week, is to help them feel safe and secure in our classroom while I am building a trusting relationship with them. So that's why I didn't have any fancy art projects set up, any special activities at all, because I wanted to be available to give them my full undivided attention the whole time. So the first week went so well. And so now we're gonna go into week 2 with just a little bit more. I will have 2 art activities planned, which I'll show you in my tour in just a moment. And I did add a little bit more in the block area for transportation. And I'll probably have a couple of more things in circle time if I feel they're ready. Also, make sure to check this video's description below because that's where I put the links to all of the printables that we are using, plus resources for activities, products, and playlists, and anything else that is part of that week's theme. So let me show you how we have our classroom set up for week 2 that's now going to involve all 10 of our students with our transportation theme and some All About Me in there as well. On our light table, we have our magnetiles, same as we had last week. On our science table, we have our magnifying blocks. In our dramatic play area, I've kept it exactly as it was last week. We have our baby dolls, we have food, and we have pots and pans. In our block area, I've brought out more transportation pieces. We have our construction vehicles, we have ramps, lots of blocks. On our puzzle table, we have our road sign matching, and we have our car matching, and we have some puzzles. Again, you can find the link to these printables in this video's description. On our art table, one day we will be painting our friendship banner, and this is an activity that is on my website. I'll drop a link in the video's description, but they're going to be painting those little people figures with watercolors, and then we're going to hang them as a banner in the classroom. I do this every year. And then also we're going to, hopefully, we'll see how it goes, we're going to be painting cars, the car template, and this is a freebie on the website. On our writing table, we have assorted coloring sheets, and these are from my website, and they also are from our preschool and toddler lesson plans. And again, all these links are in the video's description, and they're also on my transportation resource page, which again, I will put all those links, all of that is in the video's description. I'm still not going to be using the sensory table with my age group, but you'll see it there right in front of the camera here. The group that shares our class with us, the 3 and 4-year-olds, They have it set up that they're going to be washing cars, but I don't think we're ready for that quite yet. Maybe that could be an outside activity. On our Play-Doh table, I've brought out some transportation cookie cutters and also some transportation chunky stamps. And then here is our cozy little reading area. You'll see our basket of books. That's what I take to the circle when we start each of our circle times. And inside that basket, we have some transportation books and a few all about me books. For circle time this week, I am going to play it by ear how much we can do. Last week, we were able to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I wanted to do that one because all the children pretty much know that song. It's simple. I gave them each a star stick and they held it up while we sang. We were only able to do that in our Good Morning song. So when I say I start simple, I'm not kidding, we really do. And now that I'm gonna have all 10, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much we will be able to do, and that's okay. I'm going to attempt to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. They also might enjoy holding our transportation props, and so I have those out. The 3- and 4-year-olds have already started using those, but they're a little older, so circle time is easier for them. It's more familiar because I had them in my class last year. And another song we might do, again, I have to get a feel for how it's working out, is the Wheels on the Bus, because that's a favorite. And so I made extra copies of the bus so that each of the children can hold the bus, and then I also have the props to all the different parts of the story. And the Wheels on the Bus and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and those car props, those are all freebies on the website. So again, check the video's description. If you like this video, make sure to click the thumbs up because that helps this video get shared with more teachers, and make sure to subscribe to Teaching 2- and 3-year-olds on YouTube so that every time I publish a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching.